Hi guys. Yes, I thought I'd do a little video just to give you a little history, background. I know I showed my face in the 100th episode, you know, the face that matches the voice. And on this occasion, I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about me. So, British born Ghanaian, born and raised in London, UK. The earlier years of my life have been quite interesting, to say the least. Yeah, my family, most of them based in Ghana. I was at home with my mum and my elder brother, and I had a lot of support from both of them, whether it was having my Ghanaian heritage continually taught to me through language, through the food, through stories that my grandma would share with my mom, who then shared those with me. And practically, when it came to homework and learning about things in school, my brother was a great help. He's 8 years older than me. And for me, life in school was very difficult because at age 3, I had a stroke. So the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body. And I had a stroke in the right side of my brain, which affected the left side of my body. And this happened when I was age 3. And at the time, I'm young, still learning to navigate life, so to speak, yeah? And it really had a huge impact on me growing up throughout my primary school ages, because it meant that I stood out from other students. So the way I would walk and how stiff and spasticated my left hand would be, it would cause a lot of attention to shine on me. And I was severely laughed at, I was bullied, I was picked on, I was picked last. And all these things made me wonder what's happening inside people to make them behave the way they do. So I had that question from back then. So I've gone through school life being rejected, chosen last, picked on, bullied, so on and so forth. And I've just pushed through. Wasn't the best academically growing up, but I was very much into people. I always wondered what's going through someone's mind that would make them want to have this altercation on the bus? Or why would someone want to do such harm to another human being? I had all of these questions going through my mind, yeah? What's happening in people that leads them to behave the way they do? And fast forward, and I've done a lot of work working in nurseries, working as a teaching assistant. I've also lived in China for a year, teaching English over there. And all of these things, I was trying to get an answer to this unknown question and unknown way to answer this question. What goes on in people's minds to make them behave the way that they do? Through working in the different nursery settings I've worked in and helping students learn English as a second language, I thought, I'm not really getting the answer. Like, how else can I push and move towards this answer? Unknown to me, working in those environments, I was getting the answer. It's just I wasn't getting an answer that I was expecting to get, yeah? So I went and did a counselling and coaching degree. 3 years course. And during that course, though it's an academic course, I learned a lot about myself emotionally. Ooh. The way I would respond to things, the way I would think about things, the way I would speak to other people. All these things I was learning where they came from, i.e. what leads a person to behave the way that they do. So before trying to answer this question about others, guess who had to answer it first? I had to answer it for myself. So that journey on that counselling coaching degree, beautiful journey. I enjoyed every ounce and morsel of that course. I made friends on that course, and I also cut off old parts of me that weren't serving me or those close to me. During that course, one of my lecturers, she recommended that I do a psychosexual and relationship therapy course as well. She felt I'll be a good fit for it, and she felt that I was a good candidate for it. So I thought, hey, if my lecturer's recommending me, why not? Done the course, completed it. And on that course as well, it highlighted a lot of themes and things that helped me to answer my long old question. What's happening in people's minds that cause them to behave the way that they do? So then why the podcast? Well, the podcast is my way of sharing my experience, my knowledge, and just letting you know about things that I've come across. I've been on this journey for many years. I'm 41 years old now, and I've had this question in my mind a long time. And I'm now uncovering the answers that contribute and help to clarify this question. Yeah? I spent much of my life trying to understand people, sitting in Burger King in my local area growing up, just looking at people watching, I think they call it. Yeah? And just studying, seeing how they behave, potential reasons why they behave in that way or speaking in that way to others. Having spent a year in China, a culture very different to anything I'm familiar with or that I know, that taught me a lot about people, because I was seeing people through a different lens. I was used to seeing people that ate similar foods to me, spoke the same language as me, and that I could somewhat identify with at times. But living in China, I learned a lot about myself primarily and about people as a whole. And I think traveling offers that opportunity to learn firstly about yourself and secondly about other cultures, other foods. I like food. Other foods and just the way people go about their day-to-day lives. So come back to the podcast. The podcast is like a journey that I'm on, and I'm hoping that along that journey of answering this question that I've had for so many years, that as I'm answering it through each episode and uncovering different layers of human behavior and the what and the why people do things, I'm hoping along that journey, maybe some questions you have can get answered. I'm not sure where the podcast will go. I'm not sure who it is or isn't benefiting. I do know it's helping me answer my question, and I want to thank all of you that are coming along with me for this journey. These conversations through the podcast it's not me teaching from a distance. It's me trying to conversate and involve others in this age-old question that I have, through which me answering, I'm hoping helps you answer other questions you may have. Hence the various topics that we cover on the podcast. And if anything I share helps you understand you or family member or friend much better, you have more clarity as to why maybe they behave the way they do or speak to you the way they do, then with that, I'm grateful that our paths have crossed. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Take care.